Thank you for joining me. Welcome to Mending Me TV. I'm your host, Crystal. My journey has given me vulnerable insight into a realm of spirituality. I'm eager to dive deep into and to discuss those with you. Together, we'll explore the nuisance of spiritual life and seek deeper understanding. Embark with me on this enlightening journey. Last week, we discussed grief and heartache, and how it was mentally and emotionally taxing on me. This topic goes along with last week's topic in a way that you probably would never have thought. So we're just going to dive right in. Week, we're going to revisit a topic that I did in my pre show called the Flying Monkeys. I want to talk to you more about that in depth because a lot of people fall into this category and they are accumulating a lot of bad karma. And karma, I should have wrote down what that was. But we're going to go into that because bad karma is not what you want to accumulate. You want to stay away from adding on to the bad things that's already happened to you or that you've already done. So in this, we're going to start with what is a flying monkey? I don't know if many of you have heard of that. It's a term that it started from the Wizard of Oz. In the movie, the Wicked Witch, she deployed her winged monkeys to capture Dorothy and her company. And these monkeys, unquestionably loyal to the witch, carried out a malicious task without understanding the broader context or implications of their actions. Meaning they just went along with what she said. She said, go capture them. They said, all right, I'm about to go get them. With no saying as to why, what did they do, any questioning. No questions were asked. And in the way that I'm speaking of flying monkeys, this is in the realm of narcissistic abuse. And now, recently, in the past, I'd say year or two, they wore the word narcissist out. And it's become so overly used that people really stop trying to understand it or taking it serious. But narcissism is harsh. It's really bad. And the way I'm using the flying monkeys, they represent individuals who often unknowingly do narcissistic bidding. They further the narcissist's agenda, typically without full grasp of the situation or the harm they might be inflicting. So they just going out there blindly, not understanding what they're doing, why they're doing it. They're just doing it. And that is horrible. That is so horrible. That's horrible because you're hurting somebody that you don't even know if the information you got is true. You're just going out, just doing whatever you want to. And I'm not, um, I'm not pointing any elbows, but myself years ago before I came into alignment with God, I was a flying monkey. I remember um, one of my former sisters. She was targeting her husband's uh, child's mother, one of his son's mother, and I'm going with it because I'm thinking she did something to her or something. I didn't even question it. That was my sister. She got a problem. We all got a problem. But I didn't know I didn't know that she was a narcissist. I didn't know that's what she was doing. I didn't know. I didn't know. And if I knew who you was, girl, I apologize to you because you did not deserve that. And I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're not um, believing the lies that that narcissist is spewing to everyone else. Um, with that, the narcissist, I'm gonna just touch on this. We're not gonna get too deep into that one, but a narcissist, since I'm gonna be using this word, a narcissist is someone that thinks a lot about themselves and often doesn't consider others' feelings. They want attention and believe they're the most important person. And how a narcissist uses, well, I told you how they use it. How they use the flying monkeys is they just tell them something, not even the truth. They just tell them something to do their bidding, like they spread rumors or cause trouble. And a flying monkey often don't realize that they're being used to help the narcissist. Like I said, I didn't know I was being used. I just thought that was family, and I'm going with family. But I was being a flying monkey, and I am, I don't know. I mean, I can't take it back. I'm moving forward to stop it. Anyone that was a target that I didn't know was a target and didn't know what I was doing, like I said, I apologize for that. It was not my intention. With we already touched on this, but the unconscious puppets are the flying monkeys. Despite their active role in the dynamics of a narcissistic manipulation, often they remain oblivious to their own participation. They they think they're doing this because it's a genuine concern. Many flying monkeys believe that they're acting out genuine concern for the victim of the narcissist. They may think they are helping to mend a relationship or protect someone they care about. I I was on the end of protecting someone that I thought I cared about. Narcissists are skilled at presenting a skewed version of events, giving flying monkeys only parts of the story without full picture. These they might genuinely believe they're doing the right thing. So without you're just getting a little bit of the picture when it's 6 chapters. They're only giving you a little snippet of the first chapter, and you going off of that. Then they go off of that and they think that okay, well I got all the information. I'm going head on to this, and you don't have all the information. You don't have all the information, but you're going off of it like you do. That's like that's like if in the war, if they just told the people, um, if they just told the people that they were about to target somebody. This ain't about to be a good example. Let me stop. This ain't about to be a good example. Oh goodness. But it's like you just having a little bit of information. I can just put it like it's just having a I can't come up with an example, but just having a little bit of information about something and you running with it and it's a lie. That little bit of information is a lie. Something that will trigger you and to get you to do something that you normally would not do or would not have done. If the flying monkey has a close relationship with the narcissist, their emotional ties can cloud the judgment. They might be more inclined to take the narcissist's side of loyalty and affection. In my case, I was taking it. It was an emotional connection. I'm taking your side. I'm riding with you, And that's how a lot of people do when they out there. They'll know that probably it's, they won't even know it's not even right, but they'll just go along with their friends. They'll go along with their friends about somebody, about what some they think somebody did, and they don't even take the time to look at the information or try and take the information in to understand. Okay, did this person really do this, or is this just something you're coming up with? They just go along. You're my friend. I'm going to believe you, and your friend lying to you, lying to you. In my case, and I'm not going to put it all on my son's father because he didn't know me my whole life. And this has been happening my whole life. My sister had a lot to do with this. She had my family turn against me. She had friends turn against me. She had coworkers turn against me. All because you think you know her more, but she was just lying to you. She was lying to you. And I'm gonna talk about that, and that's gonna be at the end. But she was lying to you. You were in short form. You were a flying monkey of hers. You blindly took some type of information that she gave you, and you acted on it. Narcissists are adept and I can't say that word. Narcissists are good at manipulating emotions. They can play victim, instilling a sense of duty or urgency into the flying monkey to act on their behalf. So they can say, oh, this person did this, we got to go do this. Anytime somebody wants you to do something in a timely fashion that is not having to do with your safety, you need to question that. That person is having you act a fool. And I always like, God always brings us back to me that we are born alone, irregardless of if you were born a twin or anything. You were not born at the same time. If you was, that's a whole nother. We ain't even talking about you, but other people, we're all born separate. And these people, they get you to group together. Why are they getting you to group together? Why can't this person go and do what they need to do by themselves? Why do they need a whole group? That's a question I'm posing to you. Why do people need groups to harass and hurt people? That's a question to you. I want you to think about that. We're going to answer that at the end. Let me write that down so I can remember. Okay. Some flying monkeys might believe that they are assisting a narcissist. They can avoid being a target or blah, 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 blah. Some flying monkeys might believe that by assisting the narcissist, they can avoid becoming a target of criticism or manipulation themselves. So if you help, if you go along and target somebody and hurt them and talk bad about them and spread lies about them, you think that you're not going to be talked about and spread lies. You're only one. A second. You a second away from doing that. You're being that yourself. So how would you go about? How would you go and talk about somebody or hurt somebody and somebody else for on somebody else's behalf just to save yourself? And I want you to think about that because that's cowardly. That's a coward. That's straight up a coward. If you going I'm gonna put you in danger so I won't be in danger. So I can still be around these people. You a coward. That's a cowardly. That's a coward. When flying monkeys act on the favor of a narcissist, they might receive praise, validation, or other forms of positive reinforcement for embedding their behavior. And when I said that, I got a vision of like the hood people. And I'm not saying hood because I'm hood myself. Um, like the gangbangers. When y'all go out to do something or something to if y'all go out, okay, that I don't know how y'all have it, but the president or the head person that all y'all get y'all word from, whoever the top dog is, y'all get y'all word from that person. And you go out, they tell you, all right, go get this person, go do this, go do that, or go whatever they have you do. That's you being a flying monkey. That's you taking somebody's information that you don't know if it's true. You taking that information and you just running with it. And that's how a lot of people get hurt because of all these lies that's going on. All these lies going on and don't nobody know the truth. That's so crazy. That's crazy. And you don't even know that you think you being a great friend, you think you being a great contributor to the gang life, and you're not. Because at the end of the day, if you get caught or if you get anything, that head person not gonna come down and say, "Oh, I gave him them orders. I gave him them orders." No, they give you the orders because they can keep their hands clean. A narcissist tells their flying monkeys, "Hey, go do this." So when any of the plan folds, you'll get caught because there's no you can't put no tie back to that whoever told you who it was told you what to do. So just remember that. Remember that if you can't physically tie have a I want to say a cord, but it's not a cord. It's like connection. There we go. If you can't directly have the connection to that person, so when they say this person did this or whatever, if somebody come back and say, okay, I know you did this, you be like, no, I ain't do that. So and so told me. That person not gonna validate that. That person not gonna say, yeah, I told them, because their hands are clean. In their eyes, their hands are clean because they told you to execute that. Ain't nothing to tie them. Flying monkeys unknowingly act on the behalf of the narcissist. They might relay messages that frequently bring up the narcissist's view or feeling, sometimes without even being directly asked. So they'll just start saying stuff that just regurgitating what they heard or how the narcissist felt. Without complete information, they might defend or rationalize the narcissist's action if they seem questionable. Even if they seem questionable, they'll still without complete information. You still going along with it. And this is so funny because this happened. This happened to me. I literally have flying monkeys all around me. This is because my son's father, his his down chick, his girlfriend, she was doing this. She's the narcissist in this whole little thing. She's one of them. And she told her friends, she told her family, she told his family, and they're all going along with the lie. They unknowingly, without question, without the complete information. Did it ever dawn on you to ask, why are you doing this? Y'all know him. Y'all know what he is. Y'all know what he do. Y'all know how he get down. So why would she target just one? Did y'all ever think about that? Did y'all ever think about that? Why target just one when he got a whole concubine? Why target one? That's another question to ask yourself. Okay. They they could share rumors or negative information about the victim, further isolating them. So that's they spread rumors, they spread negative information. And it's so funny. It's hilarious because that's how I know God real. That's how I know God real. Because he take that same information and he turned it to make it the best thing that ever could have happened to me. That's how I know God real. That's how I know he real. They might challenge or doubt the victim's memories, feelings, or decisions, attempting to gaslight them. They gaslight me. They gaslit me, challenging my truth over someone else's lie. And it's so fun. Like this is the sweetest I won't say challenge situation that I could have ever. I'm glad I'm witness to it. I'm so glad I'm witness to it. They may discourage the victim from interacting with certain friends or family members, indirectly cutting off potential support system. And that's what they did. They spread those lies to the point that, because a lot of people, they're not they're not as courageous. They're not as bold to stand up for somebody that they know but they don't really know, or they want to support them but they can't because of what they think other people would think about them. Oh, if they're calling this person this, they're gonna start calling me that. And that was a test for the people that were that were there, and they knew the truth. They knew who I was. They knew it was a lie, and you still went along with it. That was a test for you to see if you will stand up in life, if you will finally stand up in life. That was a test for you. Through guilt tripping, shaming, and using emotional blackmail, they push the victim towards decisions that favor the narcissist. And that's how they would, because they would, my son, like, God has me, got me, tells me that it was like a bet or something. Oh, I can do this, or I bet she gonna do this, I bet she gonna do that. But they didn't know that they were pulling strings to get those type of what is that? Not actions, get those type of results. If you're pulling the string to get some, of course you're gonna always it's always gonna be in your favor. Always. It's always gonna be on your favor. If you're doing some stuff behind the scenes, it's always gonna be in your favor. And by recognizing these behaviors, you can better identify and navigate situations in excuse me situations involving flying monkeys, and to reduce the impact of their actions. If you are doing anything that remotely is to what I just said, I want you to stop and look at yourself. Stop and look at yourself, because what are you doing this for? What are you doing this for? A narcissist's role, their role in this situation, and why the narcissists employ the flying monkeys. By using them, narcissists can manipulate and control a situation from a distance. Like I said, they're up here and they direct you to come down here to mess with somebody, and they don't have a connection. So when you're messing with these people, there's no connection. They don't have a connection to messing with those people. You have the connection to messing with them. So when God, because God, if I just don't understand how, if y'all, this situation was it was screaming, I'm It's screaming warning. It's screaming warning. Warning. And nobody took heed to that. Nobody took heed to that. It's crazy to me. Um, this lets them influence multiple scenarios simultaneously, expanding their their sphere of control. So by them sitting up here thinking they're at a higher level than everybody, they're sitting in a place where they think that they can't get touched because they're sending out flying monkeys to do their mess. So they're sitting here and they're letting everybody else. They're telling, okay, go do this, sir, go do this, sir. Because I'm not sure. I know it had to. I'm not gonna say that because I'm not sure. I am sure. um, but my son's father, his girlfriend, she had her cousin come to me trying to get information from me. She had her friends come to me trying to get information from me. And you didn't even know that y'all was flying monkeys. You didn't know. A flying monkey. And it's so crazy because you don't know how much of bad karma you just caused yourself just by taking on some. That's what that is. That person was distributing their karma to you. They was distributing their karma to you. So that's why they seemed like nothing was bothering them, nothing was happening to them, because they had y'all doing their dirty work. With flying monkeys doing their bidding, we're going. This is how it goes right into this. Doing their bidding, narcissists can maintain a facet of innocence. They can remain innocent. I didn't do that. I didn't do that because they told somebody else to do it. If accusations arise, they can easily deflect blame, claiming they weren't directly involved. I ain't say that. I ain't do that. They can say, "Oh, they can say that with honesty. I didn't do it. She did. They didn't do it. They had their friends do it." When multiple people, the narcissists and their flying monkeys present the same perspective or challenge the victim, it makes the narcissist's viewpoint more valid, further gaslighting the victim. So um, when they get everybody to see, oh look, this what she did, this what this is, because they're sitting there, they're pulling the strings. When you see an example from me, they'll say, oh no, this girl, this she crazy, she this, she that, and then they'll have me and my son's father get into an argument, or we'll get into some type of disagreement to where that accusation that they just put out is true now. Oh, you see, I told you, I told you, I told you. And then there you go. You be like, oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, we doing it now. We doing it. Yeah. I see it. I see it. But you don't know that that person just orchestrated that whole argument. That wasn't organic. That wasn't something that just happened. That was something to get you to make sure that you say, hey, I see that too. I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. These monkeys can act like spies, relaying back information about the victim, which the narcissist can use for further manipulation. And they will have their like her. She had her cousin come in and um, trying to basically trying to sleep with me, trying to have her trying to get information because he I didn't know who he was. And he came over. I didn't know who he was to her. Let me rephrase that. And he came over, and I have a lock on my phone, and I did something on my phone before I went to the bathroom or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm about to go to the restroom, and I came back, and what I was looking at wasn't on my phone, and I knew that he had to mess with it because my lock screen was up there, and it's like, why would my lock screen come up if you're like, what was you messing with my phone for? What were you looking for? And then that made me look like, okay, if this person's looking for something, let me see. Maybe I need to dive deeper because he must think he knows me or something. He must be looking for something. So let me go see what I need to see. Okay? And that's when I figured out, oh, you a flying monkey. Okay. Okay. By turning friends, family, and colleagues against the victim, the narcissist can isolate them, making them more vulnerable to manipulate and control. And this is what they did. They thought that if I get this person by herself, no friends, no family, nothing. But like I said, God always got a plan. God always got a plan. And I thank God. I thank God. I thank God. Because God used isolation because he can't speak to you when you're in a crowd. So you got to be isolated to find God, baby. You got to be isolated to find God. Flying monkeys often pirate the narcissist's version of the events, beliefs, and reinforce the narrative the narcissist wants to establish. So they'll take that information that they got from the narcissist, from the liar, from the manipulator, and you'll go around and you keep saying it. You keep going on with that lie. You not even knowing it's the truth. You still taking that lie, you still taking it, you still going with it. One of my I would be at work and not knowing that somebody is related to them or think they know my story, and they'll go and they'll talk to somebody and tell them, and that person starts acting like them. But when you're dealing, and this is all devil work, and when you're dealing with the devil has a smell to it. The devil has a smell to him. And once you believe a lie, that smell gets on you, and it's a bad stench. It's a stench like no other, and it's on you. And you're just going around parading that as if it's true. But does the devil ever come and save you? That's a question you need to ask yourself. What do the flying monkeys gain from doing all this stuff? By using others to carry out their bidding, narcissists maintain. No, what does the narcissist gain? Why do they use flying monkeys to do their business? What do they gain by doing that? By using others to carry out their bidding, narcissists maintain a level of separation from the act, allowing them to deny involvement or intention if confronted. So if I was to go to that person, like, I know you did this, I know you did this, and they said, no, you ain't no proof, ain't nothing, because they didn't do it. They sat back and they watched other people do it. They watched their flying monkeys do it, their friends, their family, the people closest to them. And this lifetime, let me stop, because that's going to be at the end. Let me stop. With multiple voices echoing their sentiments or perspective, it reinforces their narrative and makes it seem more valid or widespread. So when they got all these people going around believing the same lie, telling the same lie, looking and spreading that same lie, of course it's going to seem real. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows this lie. So why is it not real? But you can tell, why all these lies? Why does this person, if using myself, if I'm such this bad person, this whatever person, I'm doing all this, doing it. Why haven't that person came and said something? Why haven't that person came and said, hey, you doing this, you doing that, what's up? She's never said anything. She will never say anything because she has flying monkeys to do it. When others act on their behalf, it provides validation to the narcissist, reinforcing their belief in their own importance and righteousness. So when she got everybody believing that this lie and that I'm this type of person and everybody believing it, she's sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm this. I know I'm better. I know. You're not righteous. You're not. Because you got something you can't, you're a coward. You're a coward. You're a coward. And I want y'all to see this because just watch The Offspring. Watch The Offspring. You'll see watch The Offspring. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say is watch The Offspring. Manipulating through the flying monkey saves a narcissist from direct confrontation or having to engage in multiple manipulative acts repeatedly. So she ain't got to keep doing that same thing. All she got to do is tell that one person and everybody to know. Everybody know. Everybody going on with that lie. And she can sit back. She ain't got nothing to worry about. She just told a lie. She just told her flying monkeys, go do this. Y'all go do that. And then it's set. It's set. Flying monkeys can serve as informants, provide narcissists with insight into the victim's actions, feelings, and thoughts that they might not have direct access to. So that's why her cousin had to come. He had to get close to me, so he can get that what is that called? Intimate knowledge, that intimate stuff. And my sister, she did the same thing. She would have, that's why I know that it didn't start with them, but it ended with them. Because my sister started this. She was jealous throughout my childhood, just jealous for no reason. We all broke. We all ain't got shit. But you still, that's a lost cause. By using the flying monkeys, the narcissist shields themselves from direct emotional risk or vulnerability. If the flying monkey's actions backfire, the narcissist remains somewhat isolated because they don't get the brunt of that. So if something backfires, it goes to the person that the people thought started it. But no, they're just a flying monkey. They got to go back to the person that gave the flying monkey those orders. And with all those flying monkeys, that acts like a shield. Like I said, it acts like a shield because the what's that? The one that's calling the shots is in the middle of all the flying monkeys. So when the flying monkeys get hit, they take the brunt of that. So then this one, they're still shielded. They still good. But God, by influencing a broader circle of individuals, the narcissist extends their control over a wider social and relational network. So they got more control over what's being said, how it's being said. With multiple individuals potentially siding with the narcissist or questioning the victim, it's easier to isolate the victim, making them more susceptible to further manipulation. So if they're taking that side, if they're believing everything that narcissist said, they believing everything the narcissist said, and then gonna question, And I wonder, like, why? How do y'all know my information? I don't even know you. How do you think? Because they would have it would be to an extent. It would be true to an extent. It was like, well, how are you knowing this? How do you think you know this? And when I would come around people and they would act a certain way, and I asked God, what's up with this person? They were like, oh, they think they know something about you. I was like, oh, okay. Then he said, no, just keep moving. They think, keyword, they think they know something about you. It's like it's a tactical move that they use. And that's crazy, because if you use all these tactical moves on your own life, you know how far you get. Do you know how far you would get? Real I've been telling you this story. I've been telling the story throughout this whole time. But the narcissists, they will they've tried to isolate me. They've tried to with lies. A lie will never work. A lie can only get you so far. They when a narcissist employs flying monkeys to do their bidding, they impact the victim can be profound and have an emotional devastation. And what they do to what they do to the victim or a victim. I'm not even gonna say, because I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim at all. Um, the consistent involvement with the flying monkeys can make the victim. I'm gonna use it for terms. Can make the victim feel like they're up against multiple adversities rather than just one. And that's what it felt like. It felt like I was getting attacked from every end. I'm like, what the hell? I'm looking like, what is this? Like, 'cause it was like, it felt like I was in a circle and I was just getting attacked from every angle. Every angle was getting attacked, and I couldn't understand it. Like, hmm. And over time, these flying monkeys might side with the narcissist, and they avoided the victim, spreading misleading information. The victim often feels increasingly isolated, with fewer allies to turn to for support. And that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. They tried to isolate me. But God always got a plan for that ass. God has a plan, okay? The tactics used by the flying monkeys can plant seeds of doubt in the minds of others about the victim. And that's what they did. They planted seeds. They told lies, those lies, and they spread. They grew. Friends, family, and colleagues might begin to question the victim's account or events and their character. This collective doubt can be internalized by the victim, leading them to question their own memories, feelings, and perception of a phenomenon known as gaslighting. And that's what they did. That's what they did. I'm sitting there like, maybe I didn't, maybe. No, no. I'm solid. 1,000% solid. And those tactics, like, I'm a whole different breed. Like, that's wow. Like, somebody actually did this. That's wow. And then y'all actually believed it. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. If you hear anything, if you hear multiple lies about somebody, you just keep hearing lies about somebody, why would you believe it? Oh, goodness. How to recognize and respond to a flying monkey. Okay. These are some tips that you can recognize if somebody's acting as a flying monkey in your life or being manipulated by a narcissist. If someone consistently brings up a narcissist perspective, opinions, or side of the story, especially when it's unsolicited, they might be acting on the narcissist's behalf. So if somebody just sitting there questioning you about somebody or bringing some type of bringing up their side of the story, just know they're trying to get information about you. They're trying to get information. What do you know? They often defend or justify the actions of a narcissist without having a clear reason to do so. Sometimes even when it doesn't concern them. They still trying to defend the narcissist and don't even know that they're acting on a fool's behalf. Come on, man. Come on. If they show a sudden increased interest in your personal life, decisions, or feelings, especially when it relates to the narcissist, be cautious. Be cautious. Because it's a lot. They out here. They out here. If somebody has to employ people to come against you, know you a bad motherfucker. Okay? Know this. Know this. Okay? If you find out they're spreading unverified or false information about you, it might be at the behalf of the narcissist. If you hear some lies about you, you see people moving funny around you, know that it's somebody else behind it trying to bring you down. They may make statements that make you doubt your memory, perception, or feelings about specific incidents involving a narcissist. And that's what my former sisters would do. Because I have a good memory. I have a good memory for stuff that don't really for random. I have a good memory for random stuff. And I'm like, okay, this I know this happened. And they say, oh no, it didn't. No, it didn't. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? To keep a lie? To keep a lie? That's what it was? Okay. They might discourage you from spending time with certain people or groups or pushing you away from potential support system. That's what they'll do. They'll try and push you away. If someone who previously had no issue with you suddenly starts acting distant, critical, or hostile, consider the possibility of them being influenced. And that's what I will always get is like, okay, I didn't have many friends, but when I did, I tried to, keep cool with them. And then they start acting funny. I'm like, oh, you must think you know something. Okay. Even though I'm around you all the time and we talk all the time, but you think you know something else that is not true about me. Okay. Emotional. They might use guilt, obligation, or fear to persuade you to do something or see things from a narcissist perspective. If somebody trying to get you, if making you feel like you obligated to them, and oh, you got to do this because of this, that's emotional blackmail. If somebody is trying to, if they somebody get you in your emotions, or you get in your emotions around somebody, like anger, that's you getting emotional. That's you. That's emotional. And they're using that to get you hooked into them. They're using that to get you hooked. If you discover that personal information you share confidentially is now known to a narcissist, the person you confided in might be relaying information. So just how to test it. Throw a lie out there. Throw a lie out there to a person that you think is spreading, is talking too much, or all in your business. Spread it. Tell them a lie and see how far it gets. See how far it gets. Sometimes it's just a gut feeling. If someone's behavior feels off or raises a red flag, trust your intuition and proceed with caution. Your intuition, you have intuition for a reason. That's your inner alarm. That's your inner alarm saying, hey, that's your soul. Actually, that's your soul. That's your spirit. That's your spirit not getting not connecting with their spirit. It's like, hold on, wait, that messed me up, that turned me, made me feel a certain way. That's what you need. You need to understand that. I'm gonna give you some advice to handle situations with flying monkeys that you're involved with. Clearly define what topics or areas of your life are off limits for discussion. Be consistent and enforce these boundaries. Make sure you don't, if you think somebody is saying things or spreading rumors about you, cut them off from that information. And if they get that information, figure out where that snake at. Be cautious about the information you share with potential flying monkeys. Avoid giving personal details that could be relayed back to a narcissist. Don't, and it's crazy that you can't tell people nothing because they all out to get you. And it's like, you putting out my fire, you putting out my flame is not gonna make yours burn any brighter. Like when people go out and, like when they kill those rappers, those big rappers, and those little names go and try and do something to make themselves look better. It don't make you look better. Like you just hurt somebody that was potential going to change the world, and you ain't doing nothing. What you doing now? Sitting somewhere in a house behind bars, sick, because you ain't doing nothing in life. You're not gonna take their place. That's crazy because I don't know why people think if you hurt somebody or take somebody out, you gonna take their you gonna take their place. Like that person was specifically. Everybody has um, their own path. Everybody has something that they're meant to do here in life. And because you don't know what yours is, you're gonna try and target me because I know what mine is. Really? Okay. Okay. Reacting emotionally can give a narcissist and their flying monkeys more power. Respond calmly, rationally, and even when faced with provision. Provocation. I'm still working on the words. I'm working on the words. So if they're trying to provoke you or do anything like that, stay calm. They're trying to get a rise out of you. If they can get, that's what they would do to me. They would get a rise out of me because all I wanted was him to be a father. That's all I wanted. I didn't want nothing else from him. But he made it about everything but that. And that brought arguments, that brought emotion. Because I didn't know I was emotionally tied to him. Like I was in my emotion. I was in it. I was swimming in it. You don't owe explanation to for your decisions or feelings, especially if they'll be used against you. So if you avoid justifying yourself, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Seek support. You can talk to trusted friends or family about the situation. In my case, I didn't have anybody I could trust. I didn't have not one person I could trust. And that's crazy. My own family. That's the wild part. My own family. Blood ain't thicker than water. Blood is not thicker than water. That's wild to me. That's wild. And I wonder because, like, as a child, I always had this thought, like, because I grew up with five of my sisters, my former sisters. I grew up with them, and I always thought, like, okay, we about to, like, I didn't want us to all live together in the same house, but I wanted us to be like in the same vicinity. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna get some land, we all gonna build our own house on it, we gonna do this, we gonna have this. But God never got to it, never got off the ground. And I always saw like, why isn't that dream that I got, why isn't that getting off the ground? Because like now when I think about something, God to give me the whole little path to it. Like, all right, here you go. But if that what I want, that's what I wanted. God didn't even give, he just let that memory be there. He's like, here, you can have this, what you want. This is what you want right here. I'm gonna let you have that. You can have that picture, but it ain't going no further. I didn't know what they was doing behind my back. And I thank God. I thank God that God, you had my back. You kept me safe. You kept me, you just kept me, God. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. If possible, reduce your interaction with individuals you will suspect as flying monkeys. Cut them off. Cut them off. That's the best thing. That's the best thing that I could have done. That's the best thing that I could have done is cut them off. No, ain't no, oh, I'm gonna cut you off if you keep doing that. No. Oh, you did that? Cut off. No, ain't no talking. Ain't no talking. We too grown for this. We grown. We grown. If something feels off or you sense manipulation, trust your instincts. Trust your gut. You have intuition for a reason. Learn how I'm gonna do one on intuition. I'm gonna do one on intuition. Trust it. It's there for a reason. Trust it. Don't downplay it. Don't if you feel something off, if you feel something off. Like I was because I have a cleaning business and I got this call from somebody. They said they wanted to clean him. And the area was already fishy because I don't do that. I don't do that area. And God was like, get up and go look. They gave me the address. God said, get up and go. Get up and go. And I'm like, man, I don't want to go. He's like, get up and go. So I got up. I went down there. And all I seen was a bunch of dudes coming out the house. And I'm like, I slowed down. And then they started looking at me. I'm looking like, because the appointment was for 8:30 in the morning. I would have never thought anybody else would have been in the house. I would have never thought that would have been an ambush. Trust your instinct. Trust it. It's there for a reason. Trust it. It will save your life it will save your life. I'm telling you. Trust it. Trust it. If you feel overwhelmed or trapped and you don't have anybody, you can't talk to your family, can't talk to your friends, seek professional help. Go to somebody that go to a doctor, go to a therapist, go to somebody that they have to they have to provide uh, secure measures for you. HIPAA law, which some people I and some people in the medical field they don't do that, and they have violated the trust. They have. Remember, don't take actions. Don't let the actions of the flying monkey or the narcissist diminish your self-worth. You deserve respect, understanding, and healthy relationships. Don't even if you suspect this, and how I felt it, like I didn't see it, but I felt it. It felt like I was being attacked. And it was like, okay, I don't know. I don't have a reason because I never had a problem. Nobody ever comes to me saying, oh, I got a problem with you. Oh, I got this with you. Nobody, not one person. Not one person. So it's like, it's odd for now. Why am I was being spiritually attacked. We're going to have a subject. We're going to have one on that. So spiritually attacked. I was being spiritually attacked by these people. If you have to, if you have to gang up on people, if you have to gang up on people, you already lost. If you got to gang up on people, you already lost. You already lost. In conclusion, we're gonna talk. I'm gonna run it down of what we just talked about. It's been I'm glad if you stayed with me this far. I thank you. I appreciate it. um, Flying monkeys are individuals who unknowingly act on behalf of narcissists. They impact the victims by isolating them, making them feel doubted, manipulate them. Different signs include relaying. How do you know that it's a flying monkey? They're relaying messages or your information to the narcissist, defending the narcissist, spreading rumors against you, attempting to isolate you and to victimize you and to gaslight you. How to handle this situation? Set boundaries. Limit the information you share. Stay calm. Stay calm. Pray. Avoid justifying oneself. Don't defend yourself. Because when this was happening, I'm like, man, so what am I supposed to do? And God said, you know what? Don't do anything. Because all of this is happening behind closed doors. You can't defend yourself because you can't defend yourself from that. You can't defend yourself what somebody's doing behind closed doors because you don't have that proof. You know it's happening, but you don't have the proof for it. Seek external help. Educate yourself about the narcissist behavior. Education, educate. Educate yourself. Limit the interaction with the suspected flying monkeys. Trust one's instinct. Trust your gut. Trust it. Consider professional help. If you can't get the external help from yourself, so if you can't get it from your friends or your family, go to the hospital, go to therapy. Therapy is a good source. Therapy is great. You can do it online, you can do it in person. Just go. You have to get help for that because they're trying to drive you crazy. They're trying when I see people now that I look at it and I see people on TV, oh, these people doing this to me, but there's no evidence of it. They're trying to drive that person crazy. They're trying to drive that person crazy. The importance is the importance of understanding and recognizing this in order to protect oneself and promote a healthy relationship. Educate yourself so you can protect yourself. You have to educate yourself to protect yourself. You have to. You have to. And the question that I pose to you, why do people need groups? Why do they need groups? Because they are cowards. They are cowards. They think that, oh, if you get a group of people, it's going to be a more is better. It's not. It's not, especially if you're working off a lie. It's not. It's not better. You are weak. You are mindless because you're not even thinking. That's so crazy to me is that you have a mind, but you don't think. You don't think. Why do you think? Why do you think? You go after people, not knowing why, not knowing what they did, and then the fact that now if somebody come up and if the narcissist came up with like and came direct to the quote unquote victim, oh, you did this, you did that, and then got some people to help, that's a different story. But this person did not come to me at all. This person sat behind the closed doors and instructed everybody else to do their dirty work. Oh, and that's what the karma. So with them, because when they sit up and they tell you to do stuff, they're distributing their karma. So you're inadvertently taking on somebody else's karma. So you would see that if you're taking on someone else's karma, y'all would not mimic, but mirror the same things that would happen. So if one of your friends got sick, they would get sick. Y'all would get sick simultaneously because y'all are working off the same accord. And what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Maybe I'm not supposed to be talking about karma because it just slipped my mind. But if you are attacking somebody on somebody else's behalf, oh, I don't like her because my friend don't like her. I don't like him because my friend don't like him. Understand, get the real information of why that person don't like him, because you will probably be in the wrong. You will probably be in the wrong. What I wanted to say something about karma. And you doing that, you becoming a flying monkey, you are accumulating. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You're accumulating karma, because this lifetime, a lot of people were supposed to bring their family up this lifetime. Your family lineage was supposed to come up this lifetime. And this situation, everybody that was involved in this situation that had to do with me, this was a test for you and your lifeline and your not offspring, but your legacy. This was a test for your legacy. And if you came against me not knowing the information, or you taking somebody else's side, or you just said, oh no, I believe him over her, you hurt your legacy. You hurt your legacy. I want you to look at your family. You, your mother, your grandmother, or your grandfather, however, grandparents, your parents, your grandparents, your parents' parents, where do you see that they had some type of good standing, good health, good karma, good had money, had all this stuff that was just abundance. They had an overwhelming of abundance. You were supposed to bring that in for their family. You were supposed to bring that in. And this was a test for you to see. Let me see if this person can handle this. Let me see. I'm going to throw this at them, see if they're going to take it or not. And y'all took that bait like y'all was some guppies. And I think guppies is fish. But y'all took that like some guppies. That's wow. That's so wow to me. Like I'm gracefully awaiting 10 years, because I want to see how people, I want to see. And God probably won't even let me see it. But that's what I want to see. I want to see the people that came against me. I want to see your life in not even 10 years. I want to see your life in 5 years. I want to see your life in 5 years. And I'll tell you where your life would have been in 5 years. That's wow, man. That's so wow. But I've been talking enough. I thank you again for watching. I'm so excited. I'm loving just talking, just getting all this out, just speaking. I love it. I'm so excited for what's to come. Big things is coming. I am we're not gonna talk, we'll discuss that in the later dates. But the next, actually I have to because this was supposed to be last week, so I was supposed to do 2. So I gotta do 2 podcasts this week. So I'll be coming back on Thursday. It's not going to be at 10 o'clock at night, but it's going to be more so midday. Hopefully. I'm not going to hold my breath, but it's going to be sometime midday. God got some plans, so I'm thinking it's going to be intuition, but like I said, God chooses. If he say, no, I want you to do this, then we're going to come out with the other thing. So stay tuned, stay blessed, stay positive, and we're going to keep moving forward. Spirituality is not a phase. It is a lifestyle. It is important. So let's get to work, y'all. We out. Maybe.